Live with Loyalty. How have you guys been? Ooh, I had an interesting week, but God is good. So, I just came on here. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Royalty and her family. I am so happy for them how they keep themselves grounded, how they keep themselves positive, and throughout all what they've been through. And so it's it's a couple of idiots here on YouTube, but I'ma just name two of them, and they both got the same name. And I'm not talking about CJ on 32s. No, that is a smart guy. I don't care what nobody say. They can talk about he scams the with the cars and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't believe that man scam nothing. But it's CJ, so cool, and CJ, um, Corey. Um, this dude, I don't understand. I just don't understand. I don't understand why these two guys would think anyone would want to listen to them. Their whole life revolves around the internet and telling all their business on the internet. As they don't have real genuine friends in real life. If you can see, you can tell they don't because they're not really genuine people. I'm so sick of them coming on the internet and thinking that they're telling someone about something and telling someone about God, telling someone how to do this and how to do that. I don't they got on how to get money. To me now, allegedly, to me, they're scammers, allegedly. But that's just my opinion, you know. But every time I watch CJ So Cool, he's always, I mean, he can't come on the internet without mentioning the drama or mentioning Royce and her children. CJ can't come, Corey can't come on the internet without mentioning drama or the girls that he was in the drama with or Carmen. It's just ridiculous. And y'all using God's name. And I heard what CJ said. CJ about Danny. And like, is it the reason why? Because y'all both could be the biggest scammers that you think she was being done wrong. Just like CJ and Corey, y'all both come to the internet about everything. So that's exactly what Danny did. You know, nobody cares about his comment to Danny. You can be with whoever you want. Motherfuckers stopped caring about that a long time ago, CJ and Corey. To be honest, you both are just entertainment to us. Like we could care less about you. You just entertainment, and and your entertainment to us, just like you know, you think we're entertainment to you with all your lies, and us can we can see through all your lies and your stories you be sitting up there trying to tell. You're talking about the very family that helped you get to where you were. If it weren't for them, you wouldn't have the things that you have. In the same way with Corey, everybody needed everybody needed Carmen. You needed Carmen, Corey. So, and everybody who Corey gets with, guess what? Speaks on Carmen. Everybody CJ gets with, guess what? Speaks on royalty. You know, this is boring. This is getting tiresome. Like, you know, I just feel like sometimes people they talk so much till they trying to talk they self out of some myths or allegations. You know what I'm saying? So with both of those guys at this moment, those are two of the guys on the internet that need to go take themselves in a corner and put a dumb hat on. And don't remove yourself from that corner because it's getting old. Like I said before, the real true victim has not even spoken out yet. And I thank God that that family is very humble. Like Royalty said, we have grieved, we have cried about this. Is just now everybody else knowing, but and which I can already see that, like, if people just sit up there and they look at the timeline, they're gonna say whatever they want to say anyway. They just gonna say whatever they're gonna say anyway. About Royalty and her family because they don't know, they don't have that, they just don't have that spirit of being able to see through things. Nobody asking you to sit up there and say this person did this person did that. Yeah, he did do it. Just like I always say, he's innocent until proven guilty. But at the same time, like, just you use your spirit and bring your own self understanding because we all know, something ain't right there. The situation of the allegation would never have been brought up. And a lot of times victims, they don't be want to say anything, and it takes years and years, um, to bring up anything. So, with that being said, you guys, it's like I don't want to talk about it because I really want to hear the person, the victim of this situation, come out and speak. I'm so sick of hearing CJ talk about it. I want to hear the real person talk about it. And she does not have to really explain herself to anybody. It's for her peace and her healing, not to nobody else on this internet. It's her peace and her healing and her story. Um, and people don't have to, because people, let me tell you, people listen to every word you say, right? And somewhere, always, it never fails where they mess up and misconstrue what a person is saying. And I just don't want Jalea to come out until she is ready. And but it's part of her healing. And I don't think people understand that. Like, what if one of your family members came up to you and told you that somebody did such and such to them, and they were a YouTuber, and all of them was YouTubers? What would you do? Would you bash them and say, "Oh, it don't sound right"? You know, I don't get it. Would you bash them? Like, I'm so glad this young lady is just still happy, and just continue on moving on because that could have broke her. And nobody is looking at that. But the people that really truly care about Royalty and her children. And like I said, I'm giving CJ and Corey the dumb hat. They need to go sit in the corner. And, you know, because these two guys, I can't even call them men. They play too many games. They play too many games. They care about no one but themselves. Then on the other hand, you got Cora on here talking, yeah, I voted for Trump. Send the immigrants back when your wife was one and she bared your children. She bared your children. And you say that, yeah, I voted for. Don't you ever tell nobody talking about God and you speak ill of a person that carries your children, that carried your children. And that goes for both of them. if you think you're living in hell, you're gonna definitely be living in hell when you speak you speak about God and then you turn around and then you like I don't I wish this upon her, I wish that upon her. And CJ with him getting baptized, hey dude, kudos to you for getting baptized, but I really hope that you're not taking advantage sitting up there and getting baptized just you know to sit up there and act like you probably could be hiding stuff behind all the good works of God. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the allegations is still going to be there. No matter how better you try to make yourself now, you should, I just feel like you trying to look good to the people on the internet when you need to be just clearing up, and making sure your name is clear, not just on the internet but everywhere. Because what all I hear from royalty and her side, her family, is that they handling their business, but you continue on. It's nothing wrong with bettering yourself, but you know, it just seemed like for some reason, and this just my opinion, that you're trying to prove something to people on the internet about how much you change. And really, we're looking back at you, CJ, like you should have been did that. You been needed, but we all say all things here on the internet, but I'm not finna sit up here and just I do know you're innocent until proven guilty, but it's very sketchy from your side. It's very sketchy. And I'm saying a lot of things because I have to say it, but at the end of the day, it's very sketchy was why he keep continue on trying to prove he's done this, I'm hanging around my church friends now, and that's still, none of us, even if we grow closer to God, you know that's even something to work on. You know what I'm saying? That's even something to work on. So with him throwing that up all the time, but at the same time mixing mess and talking about his ex and her children, dude, you got a lot of learning to do. You gotta really wanna heal your heart. Don't play with God like that. Don't play with him like that. You know, and one of the reasons, and I'm honest, God, tell you the truth, is that's the reason why I feel like God allowed it to come out. You play with him too much, CJ. You got to stop playing with him. The same with Corey. He got to stop playing with God. They got to stop playing with him. And then getting on here telling us what we need. You don't need to tell us what is need. Cause one thing about it, y'all need us to keep y'all page running. That's what you need. That's why you keep being in on the T pages and stuff like that, because that's what you want. That's what y'all be wanting. But a lot of time y'all want the T pages to show y'all in a good light when y'all not even being the light. Y'all are being the darkness. It's just for real. CJ so cool and Corey are, you know, to me, like, they're not good people. They're not good people. And Danny is not a good person either. So that's just all three of those people. They belong. They need to be with each other because is they're just not good people. You hear they try to stay into something. When that name, you don't hear their name, them they self is not liking not hearing their name here on this internet. They gotta find something to talk about, whether it's going back to their past or they with their exes, talking about their exes when they exes then moved on. Both of their exes then move on. And they can't keep them exes' name out their mouth. Crazy, right? But that's who they are. That's who they are. They need to go sit in that corner with the dumb hat on, the idiot hat, the narcissist hat, and all. Not good people, man. And CJ's trying to portray himself like he's a good person, but I see through the bull crap. But it's not. It's really not for me to judge. But all I know is the fact that I don't like the feeling that I get when I feel like that young lady Jalea is hurting. Her family is hurting. I don't like that. You can say all day to take emotions out of it, but that's what makes it real. That's what makes it real. And if you're on your platform and you're saying you got to take your emotions out of it, you know, I want to be on a platform where I'm real and I'm genuine, which means it's gonna be emotions in it. Whether I'm laughing at something, like say Netta and Charles, that situation. So that makes me laugh. That's my real true emotions. Like sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're ignorant, sometimes, you know, they don't. It just I be in my emotions with that too. A lot of time it is, you in your emotions, that is real, because you either have been through it or know about it, or someone that has been through it. But at the end of the day, we do know people are innocent until proven guilty, and that's it. Everything is alleged, but you can't stop nobody for having a heart towards other people. God is love, so. And I do have a heart with Royalty and her family. Period, point blank. And I'm not saying that they can't do no wrong. Everybody has done wrong. Everybody has done wrong before. And the same way with TJ and Corey, yeah, they have done wrong before. But the thing with me with them is they don't know how to stop. But then they turn around and they sit up there and come back. It's like come back and talk and start a whole bunch of mess. And to me, they know exactly what they doing. They know exactly what they be doing. And they don't care. CJ, you're not gonna get royalty to sit up there and talk to you and go back and forth with you, because this stuff is way too serious. And you took it as a joke and you brought other people in on it. Your ex girlfriend, your other baby mama. You even try to bring your child into these situations where people don't even have anything to do with it. And with Corey, he go with all these girls knowing these guys are manipulative. They know exactly what they be doing. Corey knew what he was doing with all them girls. You both sat up there and did things that wasn't right, and right in each other's faces, and ain't say nothing to each other about it. But then you want to come on the internet and you want to explore each other, and y'all knew exactly what y'all was doing. And Danny was looking for clout. All y'all looking for clout. All of them. Period, point blank. That's from Danny, Corey, Maddie, and Carmen is in her own lane. She ain't been studying none of y'all. Why do y'all mention her? That's the same thing I say about CJ. It's always something alluring to Royalty and her family every time he speaks. Every time he opens his mouth on this internet, it's always something. Oh, well, Royalty gave everybody my number. Well, if you wasn't continue on calling her, You know, she was wondering why you kept trying to call her. And she had to answer, and she was already on live sir. She did not mean to leak your stuff. You just you worrisome. You bothersome. You won't stop bothering people. You won't stop bothering. Leave them alone. You claim you didn't know about it. Now you know. You took it as a joke. That's how I feel. CJ took it as a joke, but it's real. It's real life. It's real life. Now you don't. Now you don't talk to Lexi. Now y'all don't go together. You know why? Because Lexi is your partner in crime, allegedly. She's your partner in crime. You only need her when it's to come back at royalty, when it's to do something dirty and low down to royalty and her family. This is what I've seen. She's too young and she's too immature. You know what I'm saying? While she's talking about someone with at fifth grade, a 10-year old spelling, she's too immature. She may be mature in the mouth and in other certain areas, but that don't make her a mature adult. That don't make her that. Okay, you know, and know probably know how to get all these people to help you go against your baby mother, the one that made you all these millions. You know, all the bad things. I see straight through him. He contradicts himself. CJ contradicts himself all the time. But you ain't hear from me. It's just my opinion. What does my opinion matter? My opinion don't matter. But I continuously pray for Jalea's healing. You know, or whatever made with allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's just that's just too much. And I do. I mean, I put in my community section a video if anybody wants to know how yeah, you to look at these type of people that come out pray after young kids, pray after people period, and the things that they do. Go take a look at it in my community um section on my page, because I see a lot of people, they be rich, even the people that don't have much. If the people that don't have much do it, will make you think the people that have money don't do it. Let's be clear. Let's be honest. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't be honest, you know, and I feel like just say you can't talk about this instead of, you know, you going back and forth with yourself. Oh, I don't believe he did this, but then you hear him contradict himself all the time, lie all the time, you know, act like everybody hurt him and he ain't never hurt nobody all the time, but you have a doubt in your head when it comes to that. You want to go back to the Bible on that. You want to go back to, like, well, they all play, you know, they always lied and played. How you know it was royalty line and not him? She was with him, and a lot of people that they been with each other. Look at Carmen. She said the same thing. She had to do all that too. Have his back because that was who she loved. But y'all don't get that right, because a lot of times you can't help who you love. But they got out of it. They eventually got out of it and realized it was not right for them. Open up your eyes and see it ain't royalty in her family. It ain't Corman. It's these guys. As long as y'all keep letting it, CJ and Corey, and it's a couple of other ones on here, but them the two that's the worst off to me at this moment. That they're not right. But you know what? Because they keep giving them a show, the show that they want to see, that's what they like about it. Continue on content about some goofies. Stop watching CJ. Stop watching Corey. They ain't gonna have no other choice but to change themselves. Cause they then will realize they're going downhill. And nobody wants to listen to the trash and the lies that they tell anymore. Getting up on here talking about you want to tell us how to do stuff. Don't look, you devils. Don't try to tell us how to do stuff. You devils, learn, learn yourself. Learn for yourself because there's people in your comments that can teach you about a lot of things that you don't even know about. We don't need no advice to them from them about kids. We don't need no advice with them about finances. We don't need none of that. Y'all, they don't even know about it. Talking about, man, I ain't brought a house yet. Y'all around here sitting up here renting, and you know doggone well you can afford to buy a house. Cause if it was me, I sure would have had plenty. I think people they'll just jump on the bandwagon. It's a lot of people been talking about royalty and CJ in the situation before the allegations came out. But a lot of people they jump onto things when because they see, oh, that's gonna give me some view time, and not knowing how serious that situation is. It's a child involved, and a lot of people are steady talking about royalty, but and try to act like the child is an adult. She's not an adult. Julia looks like a child. Just because she look better than y'all and y'all children or whatever, she's still a child. And what I got from when Jaleel's like, this girl is gonna ruin your career, about to ruin your career. Guess what? I got anger. I got hurt. A lot of people like, she's grown. That's crazy because y'all are the stupid motherfuckers that sit up there and let your child come to you and tell you something happened to them and you don't do nothing about it. And you tell your child you're lying. What about that? And it's a lot of them being that comment, sitting up there sticking up for TJ because they'll hide it. They'll hide it. They don't want it. They want it to be hush hush, and that's the problem with black household. You want it to be hush hush. No, let me tell you something. You gonna go down. Ain't no way I'm fit to birth a child and not listen to my child when they tell me something like that. And everyone's feeling sorry for the guy. I don't care if it was a female that did it. I'm talking about the situation. I feel like just because it came out, like Royalty said, she was not intended for that to come out. They was handling business behind the scene, which it should have. But I tell you one thing: the reason why it come out because God wanted to come out. He came straight. It came straight to the place where he loved, where CJ loves to go. He said, he said, you're gonna do all this drama on the internet, and I'm gonna do it. Well, let's turn the tables real quick. But there's people that really. How could you not believe Jalea or Royalty? when they ain't the ones talking, but the one talking so much act like allegedly, in my opinion, he's trying to clear the air. And you know, it's crazy how this world is. We live in a lot of fake, well, a lot of fake people that even the lawyer had to see through things, and they got to prove their case with the evidence that you have. So what you say? Everybody's saying you got to go by the procedures, and I can't judge him and say he did it. Well, the lawyer finna get ready to do it. The lawyers and the judges finna judge him on something, and they're human just like we are. If it gets that far, that's what happens. You know, don't where God is in the midst of this is with that child, because she don't know what she shouldn't have been going through anything like that. That's just in my opinion, and allegedly, because it still needs to be proven, right? She shouldn't have been going through it, you know, allegedly, and I just feel like the the predators, they continue on, and I've seen this before where predators continue on talking their way, try to talk their way out of you know allegations and stuff like that, as if, look at me, I can't do anything like that. Do you believe? I was watching so many of those SA videos, and seeing how they come after the prey, they come after the children, or when they younger. Hmm, hmm. Y'all need to look this stuff up. A lot of people, and let me tell you something. A lot of people know, but having so much hate for, and with me, I don't even hate CJ. I don't even hate Core, but I dislike their ways, the lies. Because at the end of the day, you ain't lying to me. You ain't fooling me. Okay? You may be fooling your crowd, but you're not fooling me. And you sure ain't fooling God. You know what I'm saying? That's another reason why I think this came out. Because God is like, you're not fooling me. Like this, if it, takes it goes so far as to judge and juror, you're being judged. A lot of time people come on here like that. You can't judge them on such and such, but well, they, get yourself in deep enough trouble, you're gonna be judged. That's for sure. And you ain't even got to be in deep trouble. You could just turn your head wrong and you getting judged. Like, how could you be a judger and think that you're not gonna get judged too? Like, if you're on this internet, I'm sorry, no matter how much of God you use, you're judging someone. You're doing your reactions, you're judging someone. You're making content on people, or judging, talking about them, judging, whether you use your Bible words or whatever. You're still doing it. And everything is a feeling, from the Bible, from What you thinking? Everything is a feeling. So I just want people to remember that. But CJ and Cora, they need to stop using God's name in vain because it's just not cool. It's just not cool. Y'all have used these women long enough. Go make your own bag without using their name. Go do your own thing. You leave them alone, you're gonna prosper. You leave them alone, stop messing with them and stop, always talking about that line. You want them to go back where they came from and all this type of stuff. You can sit up there and no CJ and Corey is a liar. But when it comes down to royalty and her family saying something, oh no, he's he's not he's a liar. She's a liar. That is a child you're talking about. She is the victim. And royalty is only the mother of the victim. What did y'all expect her to do when her daughter came to her? When 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 Royalty's mama, granddaughter came to her and the grandmother found out. What did you expect? They love their grandchild. She loves her grandchild. Children. Royalty loves her children. Now, if it would have went down different in your household, that's your household then. I feel sorry for the kids to have to deal with, and suffer with going through those things in the household and say nothing because they know that their parent is not going to listen or they're not going to listen. That happened in my family too, where someone did not listen and say how, and then they get down to the bottom of it later when they didn't even believe the child when they came and told them. And that child was messed up. So, for the people that continue on talking about Rosie and her child, guess what? Y'all know not what y'all do. Y'all know not what y'all do. You need to stop that. Because there's probably a whole bunch of people in your presence that could tell you a story on how they feel. Ain't nobody just trying to stick up and like a handsome, rich man because they think he handsome, which I don't think CJ or Corey is handsome. I think they're trash. But I'm just saying, it's a lot of females being they come in like they handsome, and I don't think so. If you're going off handsome and not the heart, because definitely you couldn't go off the heart, because they got a cruel heart, cold heart. That just like Royalty said, everybody want a rich dude until they actually have one. Because baby, they have so many personalities that you have to deal with. It changes. They change on you when they get rich. Or some of them could have already been that way. I feel like CJ been that way, and just because he's going to church, well, he don't have to tell nobody about all that. I mean, that's your spiritual journey, your journey with God. You should have your own relationship with Him. We don't always have to hear about it, you know. Because from my understanding, the church is within you. He didn't just have to go to church in order to, you know God. So, but that's his prerogative. That's what he does, and it's okay. But don't sit up there and think like God ain't sitting high looking low at you. That's for sure. You play your games. Play your games. Okay. It's not gonna last forever. That's all I can say. But I just came on here, rant a little bit. Um, my week has already started off hectic. Monday, I got a couple of stuff to do this week, but I'm gonna try to make my way live or whatever and try to talk, chat sometimes. But other than that, that's all I had to say. Um, I would never listen to CJ So Cool or Corey. Those are the two I would like to go sit in the corner with a dumb hat on or narcissist hat on, idiot hat on, and just stay there until there's war again or something, you know, because they just not it. They not for the internet no more. It's just time to let people like that go. I don't want to continue on talking about CJ So Cool for the simple fact whenever she's ready, that's who I'm ready to listen to. But until then, I'm gonna continue on supporting Royalty and everyone on this internet is judging. I know everybody try to throw their little perfect words in to make it seem like they're judging. If you're reacting to someone or any situation on the internet, you're judging too. So I just wanted, I mean, I hope, you're giving a reaction, you're giving your own opinion, is judging, someone else. It's your opinion. And, somewhere your opinion does matter, believe it or not. But don't say, don't come over here like Mr. or Mrs. Perfect, like you're not judging anybody, but you are. You are. You really are. But okay, I'm out, you guys. So I will see you sometime this week. I'll holler at you.